What's going on, chat? Are you guys ready? Let's get some hype in chat. We got to talk about all the things that are going to be coming in 2026, released to us thanks to our boys over on Plarium. Some tier 3 content creators ended up getting some information for us, which is nice. And then we're going to talk about building your deck properly for Grim Forest, because we're coming up almost to the end of the first rotation. We got a week and 4 days left, so we are going to discuss any strategies that you might have and some of these other guys have. So let's get ready.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you all for joining us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. This will be the last Sunday of 2025. So with that said, it'll be the last podcast of 2025. Moving into 2026, we got a lot of things that we're going to be very excited and hopeful for. Plarium gave us a little bit of a sneak peek of a roadmap of what we're going to expect. We can definitely expect the, PvP friendly battles. I'm excited for that. Although I don't know if I really want to go up against Final Compachi, because apparently I don't know his account anymore, and he smacked the shit out of me a couple of weeks ago when we went through in Live Arena. We got Harvest Jack, who's going to get a massive buff, we hope. Iron Twins, we're going to be getting, the instant keys. And 3v3 instant keys. I don't know how I feel about that, but we're going to be discussing that and more. Before we go too far, though, let me introduce my co-host for today's podcast in the top little red box, representing our free-to-play content creators, Mr. Final Compachi. Ken, what is going on, brother? How are you?
Lots of stuff going on, man. Like, especially in real life. Like, I was on the party with my new running club. We've been there like till the 11 p.m. I'm back home and I sleep literally. Then I woke up on the 6 a.m. because there was a running on the 8 a.m. and it was -3 Celsius, and I don't feel my PP anymore. So let me know if anybody have an experience. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm running every day. Today we did a 11 kilometer training. They are great people. I really enjoy my time with them. But you know what happened? PJ as well, actually. PJ can also mention that on his own. Factory War is over, Dodo! Oh my god!
Now you can join the Krakens. How many Krakens have gotten her now? Let's take a quick peek. And let's see.
Kraken? Polaro, you mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, she's
You don't
the
even
Kraken.
know her. Yeah, she's...
Yeah,
He doesn't even know
that's how good she is. Hey,
doesn't
you're
even
part of the 128 player base.
No, I'm
has her.
127. I'm
100
127.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
there must be
127.
one more person. Yeah. But don't worry, guys. I already give her 1 on every single rating, so I did my job.
Look for
All
the
right.
buff.
He said I gave her my rating so she can get the buff. All right. Next up, let's go to our favorite late night content creator, low spend end gamer, Mr. MXPJE. PJ, what's going on, bro? How are you?
Doing awesome. Yeah, kind of like what Ken just said. I was able to finish out Fashion Wars Hard a couple days ago. Such a relief. Like, I know she's not the best, but just like the challenge and just the accomplishment of like beating her like really feels good, and yeah, very very happy about that. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everyone. Hopefully everyone had a good Christmas if you guys celebrated, and yeah, doing really good. Just been playing Raid, finishing up the fusion here, and yeah, can't wait to talk about it with you guys.
Awesome. So were you 128 or 126?
It was a couple days before Ken. I did when
okay.
Ogren completed or was live.
Okay. Okay. Well, congratulations to you, sir. You've now you've joined the Kraken Club as well.
Thank you.
Next up, all the way from California, are no. I didn't go Dab Master. I didn't say Texas. I said California. Don't get yourself twisted, brother. Don't get yourself
I'm not
twisted.
good at dabbing.
Our top 100 live arena player, Mr. Gessel Gaming. Gessel, what's going on, bro? How are you?
Great, man. Yeah, happy holidays to everyone. I got lucky on the relic front. I got added two more of the red ones to my collection. I got the weird one, the Torch of Thraldom.
Well, that one's pretty good for Faction
Yeah,
Wars.
I think for Siege. Yeah, Siege. And Faction Wars.
Yeah.
And then I got the Death Dealer, bro. So I'm gonna take a stab back and try to join these fellas and get myself a whatever her name is. Faction Wars completed. Yeah, play. I don't even know what her name is, bro. But so yeah, so congrats to you guys for getting it, and I think I'm gonna dip my foot back in the pool after about 6 months of taking off a hard mode Faction Wars, and see if this Death Dealer can't finish it off for me.
The question's going to be, though, after it's all said and done, who gets the Death Dealer on your account?
I know. Dude, I've gone through like so many different people I'd like to put it on. I don't know. You could go, right? You could go like Crixia. I could go like Never We Kid there, or like
Carnage. Carnage is great though.
Yeah. Carnage would be so good. That's what I mean. Like I've gone. There's so many champs. I'm like, oh, I love it here. I love it here. So
I don't know more of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me get like 4 of them, bro.
Yeah.
Just pull a little more. All right, moving on to Texas now, to the Dab Master himself, Mr. Zero Brew. Zero, what's going on, bro? How are you?
Doing well. Just hanging in, hanging out, getting ready to work next week. Didn't get too much time off. I got a little bit of time off with the fam, so that was nice. Sadly, the 10-year-old, the kiddo, has had influenza B the entire week. So our fever broke yesterday, so about 6 days worth of fever, and now it's just a nasty cough. So she's gotten better.
Okay, well, hopefully she recovers soon, and is back to making your life hell. Is that correct?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And last but not least, the man with the sexiest red beard in the world, Mr. King Coco. King, what's going on, bro? How are you?
Dude, I'm doing good, man. Happy holidays to everybody out there. First and foremost, Voids was definitely not a gift for me, but we'll probably get into that at some point. Yeah, dude, I'm just glad to be here, man. Another weekend in the Knights Teleria podcast. Always a good time. I miss you guys on the weekends. I'm not here.
Awesome. Hey, guys. So King Copium's doing a sponsored stream over on his Twitch side, and I just put the link in with some little bit of information, which you guys can do here. You can get some rewards and cash out on some gift cards. King, you want to just give us a quick breakdown on it so people that are interested in helping can go ahead and do that for you?
Yeah, dude. So we are running a sponsored stream through GrabTap. So what that basically means is you're going to click on that link. You need to make sure that you have your Plarium closed, RAID is not open at all on your computer, or a new device that hasn't had RAID on it. You're going to click that link, install the game, make an account, and then you're just going to unlock quests, basically level to 10, level to 20, pull 10 mystery shards, various things, and you're going to grab points. For every 1,000 points you get, every 5,000 points you get, that's going to be a $5 gift card. You can get those gift cards are Visa or MasterCard, so you can spend them on your main RAID account. You can do Starbucks, Target, Amazon, PlayStation Store. There's a bunch of places you can redeem these points at. And if you really go all in for it, you can get up to $235 in value. So it's definitely something worth looking at. And it also helps me out too if you guys want to show some love to the Copium Den. I appreciate it.
Awesome, awesome. So, guys, make sure to hit that link and go give our boy a little bit of help there. You can use BlueStacks, like he said, and why not get yourself like a free monthly gem pack or something? You know, play a little bit of an alt account, because we've got a lot of things in 2026 that are maybe good, maybe bad. But let's go ahead and let's start breaking all this stuff down. So the first thing that is going to be coming in 2026 in early January is IP empowerments. I think that's great. You know, I'm sitting on like 2 Electrions. If I can ever figure out where this guy's sitting on, I think he's a Knight Revenant. I've got nothing to do with him. I'm not going to level a second one up, but he's just kind of sitting there, and I would love to empower him. I think that's overall a great thing. What do we think, Ken? Are you for it or against it?
I mean, bro, I barely managed to get like a IP champion. Like, if I get lucky, like the Duke one, I'm sorry, like it's not made for me. So you can enjoy your Electron.
Okay, okay. So you're kind of like, yeah, whatever, it is what it is. If I have one, I have
I mean, it's
one.
good for the people who have like for Leonardo, I guess, right? Like they can use it outside
Right.
of the seasonal. So
Right. PJ, what about yourself?
Yeah, I think this is kind of about time. I'm surprised this wasn't a thing when they first added the champions. Like the fact that you can have multiple of the same one and you can't empower them is like kind of silly to me. So yeah, I feel like this is makes sense. It didn't make sense before. I'm glad they're doing it. It's good for people that have the dupes. If you don't have the dupes, it doesn't affect you at all. So yeah, I think it's good. Good for the game.
All right, cool. Zero, what about you?
Yeah, so my wife came in here forgetting I was podcasting, and I completely missed the intro to this. So are you saying that if you have a thing, they've just opened it up where you can empower?
Yep. So
Like with
now I'll be
both?
able to use my dupe Electrion to empower him now.
And then who's his normal person to empower?
You still have the normal one. I don't know who that is, to be quite honest.
You have to hit empower. Just hit.
you can do both of them,
That's
I
fine,
think,
look it
right?
up.
Yeah, you can use both now.
you'll still be able to use both, but
Okay, that's cool.
You know, you
Yeah,
just
I
get a
think
little bit of an
that's
extra.
a win.
Yeah, so it's
Huh?
Tomb Lord.
Yeah, I think that's a win. And honestly, like some people got a bunch of shredders and things like that, and it's like, yeah, like why would you? And especially for some of them, for example, Leo. Not that you would not want to play with multiple Leos. However, would you really want to use 4 Shuzins to get a +4 Leo, right?
Agreed.
So it opens up the door. I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Gessel, what about you?
Yeah, pretty much what PJ said. It's surprising it wasn't an option. I kind of felt early on like why wouldn't they let you? Like, bro, if you got 2, why can't it empower it? So good they did it. I don't have anyone that I could use it with. You know, kind of what Kapachi said. It's kind of hard to get one unless you're super whaling. So
Right.
it doesn't affect me, but yeah, I'm glad
I
they
think
did
you're
it. I
right.
guess it makes sense.
It's more of a Kraken thing, right? So you know, players that are
well,
are chasing.
yeah, I know
these-
plenty of people that this helps. So
Well,
they're
I
happy
guess
about it.
the bigger question is going to be is if you are a Kraken and have chased them multiple times, is there a reason why you keep chasing them, right? So does this really benefit you pulling on the progressive if you pull like 2 or 3 or something? King, what about you?
Can I just
Go
say
ahead.
something before King goes?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think now, because I think they also announced that they're potentially going to go back and give us old fusions, because I think this actually opens up the door for those fusions that were kind of locked behind certain things. You know, using the Blade Master group or whatever, you know, they could potentially open that back up, give us the exact same champions, and then you have a place to put these duplicates. Potentially, so it opens up that door to give us these past fusions. I think the only one they've ever done that with is what Ninja, right? But then they,
Yeah. I
you know what I
don't-
mean. So like,
I don't know
it's
if they're
cool.
gonna come back with like Zinogre Blade Master or any of that stuff. I think Like this stuff is, I think that was paid for, that was done and over with. I don't know if they're going to be able to go back and do it because they were pretty strict with
contracted.
with the contracts and stuff. So I think Ninja was the only one that they could have done that with because it was a one-on-one. But who knows? Maybe.
Well, don't forget about Alexander either, man. I mean, the best elf in
Listen.
the game, dude.
Listen, I want to forget everything I can about Alexander. Okay, I want to forget everything
I'm
I
not
possibly
one for
can.
making chickens out of legendaries, brother. But damn, if that's not one. Sorry, dude. I'm a little bit scatterbrained. I promise I'll wake up. I haven't had my coffee yet. What was the base question that I'm?
The IP empowerment. Are you for it or against it?
Oh, dude, I'm completely for it. I mean, so I'm actually somebody, I pulled 2 Aprils. I pulled April during the turtle event, and then I ended up going through her Titan path or her event or whatever, and ended up pulling a second. And I was like, oh man, I mean, at least I can get a +1 and I'll be able to use the champion that empowers her as well. And then turns out, no, I can't do that. So now I'm just sitting on basically, I mean, April's not the best champion to begin with, but it's like now I'm sitting on 2 of her when I could just have a +2. So I'm glad that they're circling back and they're making that change. Especially with like Donatello, it felt really bad because they had Donnie in the prisms after they did his fusion. And I know quite a few people that ended up pulling a second Donatello. And while it's not like a bad thing to have 2 Donatellos with his reset ability counter ability. But his ability reset move. So yeah, you should be able to use the champion that is a duplicate no matter what, whether it's limited champ or not. But it is nice on those champs that are going away that they have a secondary upgrade option as well.
Right. So I think overall it's great. I mean, it's more for the Krakens than anything else, but hey, it's something extra that we didn't have before. So moving in the right step. So we'll take that. I think this is probably going to be the most anticipated one coming up in January, and it's only a couple of weeks away, guys. The live arena background battles will be able to do background battles and live arena. Thank freaking God. It is about time. Not being able to do anything while background battles are running, I mean, it's kind of a pain, but okay. Ken says absolutely not. It sucks. Why?
On the live arena?
To start off,
Like,
listen,
what else?
Ken, you
What can
know
we start off?
their servers can't handle much.
Bro,
You know?
buy the new server, then it's not like big problem. If you cannot afford it. I mean, I don't understand what kind of background multi-battle is that. Like, there is a game, and I said like a year ago when they first time released the background multi-battle, you can do whatever you want. Bro, like, for example, like you can attack the Columbus, at the same time you can attack the Hydra if you want. Like, you can do that. On the other games I mentioned. We can only do live arena. What about Classic Arena? I cannot do Classic Arena, for example. Like, that's really weird, man.
Yeah. Nah, I get you. PJ, what about you? Are you excited for this?
Yeah, I think it's a start. I think Raid generally rolls things out pretty slowly and like very step by step, and they want to see how it does and how it like you said, how the servers handle and how all the behind the scenes work. So yeah, I think it's overall pretty good. Like Ken said, I wish it'd be more, but it's a start. Before we could just pretty much pull shards and sit in the bastion. So now at least you can kind of start doing some things, and I think it'll just hopefully open up the door for them in the future to like make it better and add arena 3v3, because it should be everything. Like just live arena is a good start, but hopefully they will continue to work on it and make it better.
Okay. Let's go to Gessel. What about you? Is this going to benefit you at all?
Well, I mean, I play a lot of live arenas, so it's definitely going to benefit me. There's certainly times like fusions or stuff like that where I would like it, or yeah, just events in general. I would say mostly like Phantom and the other one, Sand Devil. I would say I'm probably running that majority of the time. So I guess it's good, if you're trying to get an event done and running live arena at the same time. Why not? Normally that type of stuff I just run off, when I'm doing something else, I'll just have it running on the computer or something.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I guess it'll help. I
Okay.
guess.
I mean, it is going to help us kind of minimize the time that we do spend in game by being able to, run some stuff. But I think you're right. I think it's going to be more useful on like CVC, when we have that time, or if we're running fusions and want to still do some live arena, maybe doing live arena seasons. It's not going to be a tremendous thing because it's not like we can do Doom Tower in the background, right? Well, you can run your silver keys, but you can't run your gold keys. PJ King, what about you?
So dude, I'm playing like 4 or 5 accounts at a time. So anything that I can do to double dip, if I can run my twins and get my live arena banged out at once and get back into Grim Forest on reset, and I can run my faction wars and do the same thing, like I'm all for it. And I mean, I know that there should be more. We always want more. I mean, that's who we are as the customer base. But any step that is forward progression, and I'm all for it. So this is just another area of the game where I think that it's nice that it's happening, and hopefully they're just learning from this and they're going to continue to improve upon it, and it's just going to get better and better for the longevity of the game and for the benefit of the community. That's all I'm about. So
Okay. Zero, what about yourself?
I know we say we want more and stuff, but like, just give us instant battles on twins and tower and 3v3 and all this other stuff. I mean, yeah, it's a step in the right direction. And I guess what's kind of crappy about it is Plarium wants there to be a time sink. Maybe they're going back to their investors and saying, look how many hours people leave Raid Shadow Legends up and are running it, which is why they developed this technology to do. Or maybe it's one of those things where it's like, hey, we developed this technology and we spent resources to enhance it, so let's force people to do it. I still think it's just BS. Like, just let us instant battle our stuff. You have the technology to do that. And I feel like it's okay, cool. You let us do live arena. Well, live arena is such a slog that I've given up on doing it, honestly. Yeah, I'm giving up my mythical relic every 6 weeks or something like that. So maybe I'll experiment to try it out, but they would make me a lot happier if they just give this instant battles on the stuff that, like, again, Iron Twins. Why do I have to watch it run for 12 minutes? Okay, fine, put it in background battles. It still takes 12 minutes or 10 minutes or however long it's going to take. Okay, I can bang out 2 live arena battles. I guess you saved me 10 minutes if I was going to do live arena, but I don't know. That's how I am. Sorry to be negative about that, but it's very negative. You know what? Kudos for Plarium for spending the resource to try to help us and enhance it. I just think they could have just done it in a different way with the technology they already have, and it made it a little bit better.
I think you're right in the fact that they want us to have a time sink in here, because obviously if you're spending time in here, you're going to get frustrated with something, you're more turned to spend, and that's what they really want, right?
Yeah.
That's their business model. So I get it, but they are doing some things to improve the quality of life. And while I support doing the instant battles, I don't know how much of a fan I am, especially in certain cases, such as what we're going to talk about now, which is 3v3 instant battles. I don't know. I mean, maybe chat can let us know, people that are in lower tiers, like Gold 1, Gold 2, Silver 4, Silver 3. Are you guys for this, for 3v3 instant battles? Because myself, I'm really not, because there's so much RNG for it that, you can't respond and think about what you should do. Now, I will say the caveat is, when you're in Gold 4 and there's all those one-man teams, yep, you can blast right through them, be no problem. That is about the only benefit I see. But other than that, I mean, I don't really run a lot of my teams on auto, because I'm like, there could be so many things, like you don't know if you're going to be faster than them, if they have higher resistance or anything. So the RNG element for that, I don't like. I feel like what it might just do is cause us to spend more gems to, get rebattles if we want to stay in gold 4 or whatnot. But Ken, what about you?
Me.
Yes, yes.
You say like King and the Ken very close, so
Sorry.
I'm getting confused.
I'll
Sorry.
I'll call him
It's not
Coco
your fault.
from now
It's-
on, and I'll call you Ken.
Okay,
I'll call you
thank you.
Ken.
Now
Sorry.
we'll do King
Sorry,
Copium. You can just say my full name. It's all right.
I mean, you pretty much like said like everything I want to say. Like obviously, like on the tag team and the gold for I've been on the gold for like almost like more than 2 years, I think. And basically, guys, like as you can see on the screen right now, it's going to reset in 11 hour. After it's reset, the first thing I'm doing is reducing my defense. I'm putting like 1-man defense, and till the next Saturday or the Sunday, depends your time. I don't have to worry about any real battle. All I'm going to do is the attack teams like that, what is Blazing showing you right now. And like I mean, it's a victory. You are not going to lose this fight, so why we are wasting time for the animation, right? So they are like insta battle. That's going to help us a lot, especially during the CVC. CVC, I mean Takdim Arena, like special during the CVC is still give you guys lots of point over there. So make sure to, I mean, this is going to help us a lot, especially for the CVC. And yeah, for me it's a big W, but I can understand, like if you guys try to climb up, which means you cannot reduce your defense, which means you are not going to see the weak defense. Like, so it's not going to be up to these people, or like for my weekend, I have to do my fights manual because there is no smart AI. I mean, maybe there's a smart AI, but the Polarm doesn't have this smart AI at the moment. Like AI gets smarter, but we don't have this kind of AI in the game yet. So, yeah, it's a W, man. I take it.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I feel like it's going to be more for like CVC in that time, but
Yeah.
not, for regular fights like what I'm doing right now. I mean, I have to see the fight because it could mess me up, just the RNG. Gessel, what about you?
Yeah, I actually love this. I only do 5 fights a day in tag team. And I typically run it on auto. I typically hit run and go. I can win 2 out of 3, I would say most of the time. And and I get a couple points. This is gonna probably have me do the full 20 battles a day. I've only been doing 5, and I don't mind auto. I don't mind losing. I don't even mind losing all 3. Like I'm typically gonna balance out to be at about a 60% win rate. And so I like this. I think I'll run 20 a day now. It'll get me more currency in the bazaar, and obviously, like you guys said before, CVC. So it's too much time. A lot of the battles can take a lot of time when
Right.
when I run this. Like, so to me, I think it's great. I think it's great. Now, like you guys said, for people who are trying to move up, I would definitely not suggest using this. Like this is purely, if you're uh, happy with where you're at and pretty sure you're going to be able to win 2 out of 3 fights. I think that's
Yeah,
what it's going to be used for.
I'm reading chat here, and chat's kind of like, it makes no sense to have instant battles in PvP. Some people are like, I'll take it. It's not, it's not going to change much for me. And some people just don't even think that it's even worth to do anything with it. So, PJ, what about you?
It's not bad when they give us options. Like I always like options, which is always good. But I think generally this isn't going to be really that useful for people. Most people I don't think can just go in an auto 3v3. Like I'm watching Compachi do his during Sunday, and he's manualing like every fight. This is nice for the one persons, but those are only taking a couple of seconds anyway. So like we are saving some time, but. Like, I don't know, I feel like they could have done the instant battles in Doom Tower or another area of the game. That would have been maybe a little bit more beneficial than 3v3. Maybe they'll do that in the future, but it's not bad. Like, it's again, they're adding more things for us to hopefully save time. CVC will be nice. The 3v3s, it will definitely help us save some time, but yeah, I don't know. For like full fight teams, like I don't think most people are gonna be able to actually use it to its full like potential.
right? King, what about you?
Yeah, so I mean, forward progress and steps in the right direction and all that jazz. But then this is kind of trash because 3v3, unless you've got, three teams that are all of your A team, and I mean, I don't, then I have to sometimes step in and manual my fights. Teams that I think should be a guaranteed W, you go in there, there's a Volcardiac Heart or full team in Stone Skin or something, and I need to be able to take the auto off and hit an ability or swap a form before I thought I needed to or something like that on a mythical. And this is not an area of the game that I thought that we were going to need instant fights in. I mean, I would take instant classic over instant 3v3. Like, there's
I
just
agree
too
with
much
that.
RNG baked in. There's too much RNG baked into 3v3 in order for me to feel comfortable enough. But I do agree with the other guys, and in that if you're not looking to move up and you're happy with where you're at, and you know what your team can do, and you can win 2 out of 3 of your fights, by all means, like, anything that speeds the game up. But in terms of just general quality of life for raid as a whole, this is very niche in my opinion, and I think that they could have used the time to put something a little bit better in place somewhere else in the game. Instant Doom Tower, Instant Classic Arena, both would have been much stronger options than 3v3 in my opinion.
I agree. I'm reading chat here, and over on the YouTube side, Alan Clan 1293 says, it's not even real 3v3, and he's totally right. Like, why not put the effort into making this game mode better, making this game mode something that you really want? I mean, you see on the screen right now, this has been just a total RNG fest, and it's not really just worth it, right? Zero, what about yourself?
I love it. Exactly what I was just asking for. So yeah, I mean, I guess if you need to manual it, you need to manual it, but the only time I'm ever manualing it is typically Saturday and Sunday, right? So 5
Yep.
out of 7 days I can just auto run. And I will say, like, I hear you on, other areas of the game need to be faster, but I will say the fights take longer than it takes for the teams to load into the fight sometimes, especially on those one-man defenses, right? You might take like 10 seconds to load and then a 2-second fight. Or, if you have a team that's set up to, buff your nuker at the end, it still takes 3 or 4 turns for it to nuke the little one-man defense. So, on those, you might be saving, I don't know, a minute per run, but that's still 10 minutes. It adds up. 10 minutes for 5 times a day, that's 50 minutes a week. And that's only if you're running 10, right? If you're running 20 a day, it adds up. So I'm all for it, and playing more of this, please. Turn the Iron Twins to 1 key instead of 6, or instant battles, whatever. Same thing with
Okay.
Doom Tower. Every time I have to go back and fight that stupid spider 8 times, yeah, they gave us double runs, but I still got to run 8. So
Well,
yeah, I love
I
it.
think overall, like I said, it's not going to be great. It's not going to be awful. It's a step in the right direction. I think it's going to be useful, more impactful for, Gold 4 as opposed to any of the other levels. And for CVC, other than that, I don't really see something crazy for it. But the one great, go ahead.
I would say hopefully that this is just like a sign for things to come in the future. Like, they see that it's like a area of like time is an issue. We've been saying that, and like seems like they're trying to help us with that. So I think it's like a good
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah, I mean, they have discussed that they want to do, background battles while the game is off as well, like some of the other games like Watcher Realms does. So that's kind of one of the things that I would really love for them to just invest their time in over some other stuff like this. One of the gripes that Zero Brew has is not getting what's it called? Super raids for Iron Twins, and they announced that in February that will be coming. Now they have not announced if it's going to be 2x super raids or all 6 super raids. I'm hoping that it is all 6 super raids, but guys, there is a problem with that. Let's say that 3% RNG fits in and something happens to your run. that is going to be 120 energy wasted if it fails. So I want to ask you guys, are you excited? And would you want to see a 2 times super raids, or would you want to see a 6? Now, I'm much more of a bigger fan of saying, let's do the 6 and remove the energy use and just put keys in. I think that's probably going to be the best thing that they do. But chat, what do you guys have to say? And let's start off with Zero first.
Yeah, I mean, the ship has sailed on the energy thing. I mean, that's how they built the game, and they are giving us more energy. Even the Grim Forest that they've added to the game gives us energy. So I'm not as miffed about the energy cost. But yeah, if you're going to do it, if we can do it once, why make us do it 3 times? It goes back to the Doom Tower. Yeah, we only have 6 a ton, a day, unless it's Void Day. Maybe you do 12. But yeah, just give us all 6. Why not? Right?
Chat's like, I don't care about the energy. Just give me the instant battles.
Yeah,
the super raids.
100%.
Okay,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So give me all. I will. I mean, obviously, cutting it in half would be nice. So 3 instead of 6, but give it to us. Yeah, give it to us all in one. I will gladly burn that 120 energy in an instant if you'll give it to me. So let's do it.
Okay. Well, maybe our free-to-play content creator here can let us know what he thinks about it. Ken?
I mean, if you don't have a safe team, I guess don't do with the super raid, right? So if you have a safe team, you can enjoy it. So I don't see like negative problem there. So to be honest.
Okay. Okay. Gestel, what about you?
So yeah, give me 6. Give me 12, bro. I'll take 12. I do. I that's my 150 gems I get from CC program goes into this every week. That I think it's the most important thing. Get those blessings up. So, I'll take 12. I'll take 12 at once.
Okay. King, what about yourself?
I mean, yeah, I agree with Gestel, just to keep it short and sweet.
Okay. And PJ?
When I initially heard it, I was assuming it was gonna be like the other super raids.
Like faction
so they,
wars?
yeah, just like doubling it, or so if they do all at once, like that'd be cool. I'm not sure if they're gonna do that. I feel like it's gonna be like more the other areas. Also, hopefully, I mean, I know this is like very kind of random, but they should add it to potion keeps too. I know not many people do potion keeps, but like the fact that you can't do super raids and potion keeps, I think is kind of silly.
True.
So
Why
yeah,
not,
maybe
right?
look at that and yeah, like just help us out. So yeah, I think it's good. Most Iron Twins teams are pretty safe nowadays. Obviously, if you don't have a safe team, don't do super raids. But yeah, I think it's overall W.
Okay. Okay.
You still run potion keeps, PJ?
Yeah, exactly.
I ran arcane potion keeps a little bit ago, but I'm also
Fair.
not everybody is me. Like we have to
Right.
remember,
Fair.
like,
Fair.
I mean, I'm not gonna
We're
lie.
the
Every so
1%.
often, like, yeah, Clan Boss gives me some, and some of the other areas in the game will give you some, but I will, I use a lot of the small ones, and I will have to eventually go and farm some. Like, yeah, Arcane's probably the biggest one. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Arcane's used for everybody, so I definitely
Right.
get that.
All right, let's talk about the one that King Coco is more excited about, which is the filtering the gemstones. Finally, that is supposed to come. I believe they said in March, which I think is going to take too long. Why not implement it in the start? But it's not like we're getting new gemstones in every rotation or every couple of months. I think they just kind of built those and set them. That said, how much are you looking forward to this, King?
Dude, this should have been in from the first second that they introduced this into the game as being something that needed to be filtered. I mean, we have to pull our relics off of this champ and that champ if we've got the Stardust to do it, which that's a whole nother thing. But to be as stingy as they are with the mythical gems, and I have to move those around, semi-frequently, like now that I'm trying on hard faction wars a bit more and stuff like that. And to have to keep track of who's wearing what, and I have to look at my equipped relics and then go find who's wearing mythical gems, and then is that the right mythical gem on them, and then pull it out, unsocket it. It's just a nightmare, dude. So the fact that they're giving me an equipped button and I can just see this is on this person. Do you want to keep it? It's like the what's that? The Boss Slayer gem, right?
Yeah.
I think I've got 3 of those, and
Ugh.
I can't wait to just move them around. Like it's going to be great. I just don't understand how this. I have to think that this was just a screw up that slipped through, because how the hell are you not going to have an equipped button on that? You show us equipped gear, equipped accessories. I don't get it. I don't know. I'm tilted. I get tilted about it, dude. It makes 0 sense. I don't understand it.
Okay.
So I'm glad they're fixing it.
I mean, it really isn't a lot of gemstones. Like I said, they're not adding, like they do with the relics every couple of weeks or months, new relics into new gemstones into the game. So yeah, I agree with you there. PJ, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's really nice. Kind of like what everything King said. It's really like I think they kind of have to work the whole system. Hopefully they'll keep doing it. Like even like upgrading your relics is annoying. Fine. I think the whole system's kind of annoying. So yeah, this is a good start. Trying to find your gems, seeing what you had on people, what you didn't have was really frustrating. So I'm glad they're doing it. Hopefully, it's kind of stinky. It's going to take a couple months, but yeah, I'm glad they recognize that it's an issue and they're fixing it.
No. Zero.
You already asked me.
Oh, I did. My bad.
Did you?
No,
No,
I didn't.
no, you didn't.
I
No,
didn't.
I lied. Gems, yes. I'm glad they're doing it. Yeah, I don't do a lot of swapping. But yeah,
I can tell you don't do a lot of swapping because we just built your Titus team last week. You
Yeah.
had an abundance of resources, and I was like, this guy's not free to play. Like, what the hell?
yeah. Yeah, no, I don't swap at all. So I'm a hoarder like that. So, but the good news is you didn't have to do anything. Like you had all the resources you need to do
It's true.
all the stuff. So,
That's
Roadblock, what's up?
true. Gessel, what about yourself?
Actually think this might be the most annoying thing for me right now. The quicker they can get it done, the better. Finding gemstones, as King, I think, very well put it out, is probably the most frustrating thing. So yes, let us search it, please. Thank you.
Okay. And Ken, what about yourself?
I mean, 100% agree with the copium. Like you said, like it should be there. Like actually, he said like second part, I think, right? It should be there, like on the release, man. Like they should be already think about it. Like even on the release, like they add a bunch of the gemstone. Like there's like maybe like hundreds of them, right? And it's been like what, 7 months, 8 months, dude. I cannot find
Yeah.
any like gemstone I'm looking for. Like I get in like let's say like new mythical relic, and you want to place your best gemstone on it, right? And good luck to find the best gemstone, man. You have to look very like weird way to find that, like very hard way to find them, which is like so lame. So this is coming now, so could be worse,
That's true. That's true. All right. So far, it sounds like Plarium's moving the right direction for 2026. Let me give a couple of quick shout outs here to some people in chat. We got the Max32 who followed us over on Twitch. Thank you very much. Goon PS, who also followed us on Twitch. Thank you very much, sir. We got a Prime sub for I Am the Envy. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And then Leskava 13R or 1I30R. I'm going to go with
Cavalier.
that. Cavalier. There we go. Okay. See? Les Cavalier, who followed us over on Twitch. Thank you very much. And then a shout out to our boy, Mr. I Am Roblox, over on Twitch. Guys, make sure to go give him a follow over on Twitch and YouTube. A great content creator. And, he should probably reach out and find out, when we can get him on the podcast next time. So just saying, come back. We miss you. Love. I do the creepy heart hands, but I'll leave that up to Zero. That said,
Before we move on, can I jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
Somebody in chat just said something that I think is beautiful. Joe Gabo said they should stack gemstones.
I
And
agree.
I don't know about any of you guys, but if I get one more fucking rare turn meter round gemstone, I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. Like, stack those things up. Put a little number there, you know? You got 20 of
Yeah.
those, dude. It is super OP, and I use it on damn near everybody. But stack those things, man. Make my life easier, please.
I agree. I agree. Plarium, there you go. Add that into your 2026 fixes. All right, let's talk a little bit about a champion that is probably one of the coolest looking ones, but I don't think I'd probably say no one has built one. Harvest Jack, who is going to be getting a buff in March. First of all, chat, do you guys own Harvest Jack? Have you built yourself a Harvest Jack at all? Like I said, he's one of just the coolest looking ones, and I know he was on like an infomercial a while back. And I would love to use him. He's actually my son's favorite champion, but I just find no use for him. So, are you guys excited to see a buff for him? Ken, do you have him? And are you hoping for a good buff for him?
I do have him. He actually have like look at his base stat. He's like one of the OG champion. You know, like OG champion usually have like trash base stat. This is not one of them. He almost have 27k HP with 102 speed, dude. I hope he's going to receive a solid buff. I have him, and he's looking like we mentioned, like very cool looking champion, one of the best looking champion in the game. But I feel like they are gonna do like some True Fear mechanic again because he's undead. He upgraded with True Fear. You know my thoughts about True Fear, man. I don't like arrange it. True Fear like against you is always working, but when you want it on the enemies, never working. Like
Maybe his passive will be if True Fear is on a champion, it'll always proc. I don't know.
I mean,
think
Fortus has a similar passive skill, but it doesn't really help, you know. So
Okay. PJ, what about yourself? Harvest Jack getting a buff? Yay, nay? Do you have him?
I have him. Honestly, not too excited. Obviously, it's not bad. I just feel like there's a lot of other champions. I just feel like it's random. Like, why Harvest Jack in
Oh, he's an
March?
iconic champion. He was well, yes.
We had
in
Halloween.
March. I know,
We just
I
had
know.
Halloween. Like, why not buff him during
That's true.
Halloween?
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
it just the timing makes no sense. Like, yeah, like obviously I want champions getting buffed. I'm all down for that, but it just feels very awkward. Like, why him? But yeah, I'm down for it. Hopefully they're good. I have him, so I'm down to make Harvest Jack meta. But it just feels very like random to me.
Okay. Gessel, what about you?
I'm always. I don't know why they're making such a big deal about it. I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of what PJ
Like,
is saying.
oh,
It's
Harvest
yeah,
Jack.
like why the hype? Like it certainly he's old, and I like when they buff old champs because I was whaling back in the day, and I got a whole bunch of the old champs. So buff them up all day, bro. Buff up War Mother too. I could take that.
Hey, yo.
Why not, bro? I got like 6 of them. So
yeah.
So yeah, I like that they buff the old champs. But yeah, I'm kind of with PJ. I don't understand the hype. Like, just do it. Like,
Yeah.
bring it out. Like they've been doing 2 a month, right? Like, what's the big deal?
Chat's definitely like, yeah, that is weird timing. And I think it was who was it that said it in the video too? Like you're gonna do it in March, not Halloween. I guess sooner rather than later. Zero, what about yourself?
Yeah, I don't have him. I think he's cool because he's got the shrunken heads of the starter champions on him, which I think is a pretty cool little lore thing that he's got going on. Don't have him. Cool that they're doing it. And I will say though, I feel like how they're deciding to buff champions are the ones that are in the current content. So I don't know where Harvest Jack is currently at the moment, but I feel like all the champions lately have made actually faction wars even harder than they already are. Because I feel like a lot of those are in there, right? So, but yeah, maybe that's why they're doing it. They're like, oh man, this stage with Harvest Jack in there will be that much harder if we buff him now. So
Well,
I don't know. It's cool.
What they'll do is they'll buff him and then they'll nerf the sub stats and be like, okay, guys, well, we nerf faction wars. And then is it really a nerf if you rebalance the champions? But I mean, look, I'm just waiting for the time that they buff Taras Marichka, King, what about you?
Charge Marishka buff is absolutely diabolical. Don't
It's
ever say
necessary.
something like that again, dude. Don't ever say something like that again. Um, yeah, I mean, it's nice that old champions get a little bit of love. I do have Harvest Jack. I've actually got a few dupes of them as well. So depending on the buff, it could be fun to get a pumpkin patch theme team rolling around holiday times. But I mean, I think there are more important champions that could use a buff. And if I'm just being honest, Undead Hordes have one of the most vast and expansive legendary indexes in the game. So I would rather see buffs happening to factions that just need a little bit more love and attention. Um, I mean, that's it, right?
Okay. Okay. Um, Chad here, we've got Les Cavalier saying hashtag buff Nias. I agree with you, brother. I'm all for that. Nias needs a buff. One of the things that I'm probably most excited for, because some of my alt accounts have either Wixwell or Titus, is that we will be getting a way to fuse, keyword fuse, old fusions. I'm excited for this. On a scale from 1 to 10, I think this is probably the most anticipated thing that I'm waiting for 2026. I don't know how it's supposed to work, though. They didn't drop any extra news on it. You know, are we going to need to collect, you know, the same champions that they needed before, if there were fragment fusions? I'm hoping the way they do this is how they used to do fusions, which is, you know, picking 4 random champions and fusing them into it, which would make, you know, keeping some of these dupes for epics and stuff, you know, a little more reasonable to you know, let me fill up my storage with it, right? Keep my epics for an extra thing. That said, are you excited for this? Is this going to help you maybe go back and take a look at some of these fusions that you missed? And, you know, do you think there's a particular mechanic that they're going to use to make this work? Chat, where do you guys stand on this? And let's start off with PJ first.
Ooh, okay. This I feel like is gonna be like the biggest one they kind of left up in the air. I didn't watch the whole video. I saw like the notes of the video. So from what I understand, if you did the fusion, you can't do it again. It's only if you didn't do the fusion.
Mhm.
But like if you didn't do the fusion, but you pulled the champion, can you still do the fusion? Or can you still do it? Like, how does that work?
So
Probably
I
not.
think what it was said is that if you don't have the champion and if it was a fusion, you'll be able to get them.
Okay, yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's really good. I don't know how they're gonna do it with like, are they gonna have a selection of the fusions? Like, is it gonna be like, okay, these
So
past
that's
5
the thing is
champions?
they didn't really identify and tell us which way it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, how would you want to see it work?
I guess probably. Well,
You want them to pick like, you know, so let's do an example.
I mean, ideally, the player base picks. So the player picks are gonna pick the shitty ones.
Well,
Truth.
I think they're probably going to do every fusion in a timely manner. You know, maybe we get double fusions, but like Skullord Valgar, you know, what did you have to do? You had to go get like 8 of the where is he, Skullsworn, to get him done, right? So maybe if they did a fusion, they would do it with like, you know, some of the rares, turn him into epics. Or maybe just some of epics that, you know, we have in our storage or in our vault that we use as our faction guardians, you know. I think like something like that would be kind of the way they would go, but I'm worried that it might not be. I'm worried to be like, okay, fuse Trunda and Titus and you get yourself a Wixwell.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's gonna be like that. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, this would be the one that we need more information on. I think overall it's good. It's gonna be tough though. Like if it's a double fusion, that's gonna be really hard for people. People can barely do one fusion. So like if they're trying to do the one that's current and the previous one, like good luck on that.
Right.
And then if they pick the champions that is the previous fusions, I'm just worried they're gonna pick really shitty ones. People don't want Skull Lord, they want Titus and Wixwell. And
Nari the
Fabian
lucky
and
dude incoming.
Armand's. Yeah, like we don't. So like I'm very nervous that this could be like a good idea, but implemented badly, or I don't know. Ideally, I think it'd be like you have, I guess, all the previous fusions, and then you can earn coins or the ones that you've missed or didn't get. And you can earn like fragments or coins or something, and you can go in and get one you want. But I'm
I
nervous it's gonna be more of like, here's Pixnil, here's Nari the Lucky, here's Skull Lord, like,
well,
yay.
so here's what I would urge Plarium to do is pick 10 different fusions, you know, over the last year or 2 years or whatever it is. Put them here. Let us pick which fusion that we want to do during the month, right? Because yes, you're right, PJ. We're going to be doing fusions on top of that, unless they're planning on slowing down fusions for everybody else. I still think that they're going to be doing double fusions. So pick it so that we get a time frame of a month to be able to complete it with, you know, just kind of like the what's his name? The Rosin Scarhide fusion, right? He's kind of in there. You know, we can complete him, and then after he's fused. Maybe that might be the model to go with. Chat, would you guys want to see that? Would you want to pick the fusion that you want, and then once you complete it, maybe you can pick a different one, or something like that, right? I think that might not be a bad idea. King's like, me. Okay, go.
Please. All right. So I think that we should not be delusional any longer in thinking that this isn't going to be anything more than a way for Plarium to monetize past fusions. I mean, just to call out like a specific few that people seem to be talking about all the time, G-Nut, Python. God, I mean, there's just so many good ones, right? Like Stock, even nowadays, is like made a resurgence. And if you think that they're gonna like pick these champions that, you know, Nishak, like people are just gonna be like, oh well, I feel like getting a bomber this week, so that's what I'm gonna work on. I mean, no, dude, this is Plarium we're talking about. Like, this is gonna be something where it's gonna be, in my opinion, it's going to be like a passive frag situation, kind of like what's her name in
Hi,
the
Mother Mod.
yeah, like mod, right? Where it's like you go in and through some type of way in the game, maybe you can buy it with money. By maybe I mean definitely, or you can use fragments for champions that you're never going to summon, and it'll blah blah blah. But I'm just hoping that they're not doing something that is going to flood the PvP side of things, which I mean, any champion in this game, I don't think champions in this game are necessarily split into 100% PvP, 100% PvE. I've seen people take G-Nut into Arena. I wouldn't recommend it, but I've seen it.
Mhm.
And I just think that this has the potential to be very good for people who started playing the game later, who, you know, went for Hilvy, don't have a Torment, weren't able to pull them from the progressive this weekend. You're going to have another shot at some point to go for them. This has the potential to be something that, again, could be a massive W for Plarium. But I do think that fool me once, fool me twice. They fooled me about 100 times, and I'm over it. So they're going to drop the ball. They're going to screw this up. It's going to piss us off. I would love to be pleasantly surprised, but I'm not going to hold my breath. And good luck to anybody out there who's looking for a very specific champion, because it's going to be a freaking lottery out here.
Well, look, they may also do it and run an event, you know, they may just make them all fragment fusions, right? And you passively get them by completing some of these things that you ordinarily wouldn't do. Certain game modes like Tag Team Arena. I mean, how many people out there do Tag Team Arena? They may just throw in 5 fragments here, or 10 fragments here, or 2,000, and say, okay, go for it, guys.
Well, the other thing too, though, is that they've done recently is like the Predator Pass.
Yeah.
So it could be a way to get past fusions. I actually was talking about this with my stream like a month or so ago, where it's like the best pack that you can get in this game, bar none, like hands down, is the Elva path for the revival for not playing the game for 21 days, which I think is hilarious that the best pack you get by not playing the game. And I was saying, like, there should be a pack just like that one that is a reward for people who are loyally playing your game daily.
I think so. I
So
agree.
they should take it, and they should, it should be a random or whatever. But like, why not make the last champion Thor? That would bring back the monthly sacred they took away, because there's a sacred at the end of that path for Elva. You get extra Doom Tower keys, blah 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 blah. It just makes everything. It makes sense to me that as a loyalty path rather than a revival pass makes so much more sense. And then you can at the end have the option to say, you know what, this pack right here is a G Nut. Is G Nut worth $20 to you, dude? And I'm sorry to the free to play out there, like, but the reality of this game is they want you to spend your money. So everything in the game is not for everyone in the game. And I'm sorry about that. Like, I'm not high spend. I want this shit to be free too. I just am trying to be realistic. But I think
Well,
that if they implemented something like that, they would have a way better shot to, I don't know, man. It should be free, but I just don't see it.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And I hear the fact about, rewarding the long-term players that have been playing. I just don't think their champion passes, like the original passes, are gonna ever come back. But is it a cool idea? Is it something I could get behind? Hell yeah, I would love to get some extra dupes from champion passes and stuff like that. Gesto, what about yourself?
So when I first heard this, the way I took it was that they were gonna do something kind of like a Titan event out like off of the like off the off 2 weeks of normal fusions. They're gonna offer like another fusion of an old champ. Now I don't. That's kind of where I heard that. That's just what I thought. That was my initial impression. Um, After hearing everything you guys are saying, I don't feel like that's the way it's gonna be anymore. You guys all might be right. Uh, so I don't know. The way I think they should do it would be most like the way I feel like Watcher of Realms kind of handles something like this, where you can almost, like you said, like let's just take 10, and you could go and select one, and then you work on that fusion. I think it should be. I don't think this should be in lieu of a new fusion each month. I think it should be opposite of a fusion if they're
Yep.
gonna do it. I hope it's not. I hope it's not like what King Copium's saying.
Yeah.
Then
You
it's
know-
like, who cares, bro? Like, why are they even talking about it?
It might also
But
be a way where what they can also do is, while the current fusion's going on, hey, if I'm not interested in this champion, maybe I can put those, champions for that fusion. I can swap it out and say, instead of it, being XYZ fusion that's currently going on, I didn't get Wixwell. I want to do this month's fusion and get a Wixwell instead. Maybe they do that, right? Because what they said is it's supposed to be a new way to fuse champions. And I think if they try to do fusion upon fusion upon fusion every 2 weeks, because the way we go right now is we get the new fusion, we get the soul, and by that time we get a week off, we go back into another fusion, and I think that's going to cause a lot of burnout. So I think maybe giving the opportunity for like the players, like Ken doesn't go for every single fusion, but hey, he might want to go back and get a Wixwell now, right? So
like
if
that
he
better.
skips this fusion, and then the resources he gets, he clicks up here and says, instead of this guy, I get Wixwell. That might be a better idea to go about it. What do you guys think, chat? Would you be in support of that? Ken, what about you?
I mean, I'm not like negative like the King Copium, but I'm also not like
Whoa.
super positive. I'm not like negative, but like I don't feels like they are going to do like that, like that hard way to obtain them or to like sell them. Still want to believe like they are going to be obtainable. I mean, they are going to be like fusion, right? Like at least like it should be the same level when they release the fusion. People will miss that, right? So how they are going to do that though? Like if we are going to get that like a fusion, so when they are going to put that on the game? So let's say they are going to do the new fusion, people who already have that champion, so they can get the new fusion, and the people who doesn't have that champion going to choose between them. Like, how is that gonna be
Right.
worked, right? So probably not going to be like classic fusions. I think maybe like you mentioned, Blazin, like they can put like some fragments,
Mm-hmm.
tournament and stuff like that, event like that, which is again like pretty much the same thing again. Like you still need to do like pretty much the same thing you are doing like fusions, but I don't know, like, but I don't think like they are gonna sell them. At least this is what I wanna believe. This is going to be like amazing, to be honest. Like, I'm not saying like most of the fusion they releasing are like game changer or stuff like that, but some of them are, man. Like you mentioned, like I skipped the Vix wheel because I never imagined they are going to make the game super balanced around of him, you know. And people would still don't have a GNAT, man. People wasn't play the game when he was fusion, right? People like maybe skip him, maybe they wasn't thinking there it's going to be help their account. People maybe was break on the game, you know, like maybe
Mm-hmm.
during the GNAT fusion, maybe they wasn't playing, and he's still like one of the recruitment to make farmable Hard Fahrenheit 10, bro. Hard Fahrenheit 10 is still like one of the hardest content in the game, and lots of people struggle there. They need to give these people more solution to beat this content. And the GNAT, if they bring him back again, that can help these people a lot. Hopefully, it's going to be like, let's keep the positive maybe. It's the first time I'm thinking positive, by the way. I'm mostly like negative. Maybe because of the we are close to New Year. Hopefully, it's not going to be that bad. That's
Hey,
what I want to believe.
they gave you another
Just-
way to do hard mode Fire Night. They gave you a free to play team right here. The 4 Turtles and Lady Mikage.
I mean, it's not that simple, man. Like I tried that on
I
the
just-
Weaver, but it's not that simple.
I just want to say real quick here, dude. Like, I know it sounds negative, but I hope that they're attainable by it for everyone as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think that we've been hurt too many times before, dude. And when are they going to
I mean,
put
you are
this
not
in?
wrong.
Well, like when are they going to put this in, dude? Like, are they going to put it in alongside another fusion? Or are they going to do it like with a Titan path? Is it going to be a deck? Is it going to be guaranteed off souls? Is it going to be, you know, like when the hell do we have time? Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I know that it's beneficial, and I hope that it's beneficial for everyone. That's always my hope. I want this game to live forever. But when the hell are we going to be able to do another fusion on top of doing a new fusion on top of doing like, oh God, please help.
Well, while I agree with you, King, I will say that in the last, I want to say 6 months to almost the year, they've been moving towards a more player friendly base of environment for us, right? Ever since MTG took over, they've been doing more things for the player base that they were hesitant from doing in the past.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Okay.
Game is more pay to win. Game is more.
I'm not saying that it's not pay to win. That's not what I said. But they're doing more things towards the player base. We were asking for removing silver costs. They basically said, absolutely no way, guys, it's not happening. A month later, boom, it's in there, it's out. We don't pay. So they are moving in the right direction for the player base, trying to give us happy. Obviously, they're not going to give us everything we want. So yeah, I do feel like, yes, they are.
I just want a day where I can log in and there's not something going on. Like I just want to log in and rebuild some champs and sit back and bullshit. I don't always want to be like, oh, got to do Sand Devil because it's Sand Devil tournament. Got to do this fusion. Got to do this. Prepare for this fusion. Got to do this event. And I know the FOMO. We always talk about the FOMO. It's all optional. And I have been making choices, but then, damn, dude, like. Then I don't get Tholan, man, and he's like one of the best dwarves in the game, apparently. So it's like, I don't know, man.
And like I said, I understand and hear that. I will say there was one day back in the day where there was literally no event running, and everybody was outraged. Like, what are we gonna do with our energy?
Yeah.
What are we gonna? So
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
You know, I think it's one of those things where it's like, look, pick and choose what you want to play, what you want to do. You know, and that.
So you're saying it's like
that
the community needs to be guided by events. They can't
No,
They
I
shouldn't
think
say I need to go do Fire Night because that's what's best for my account, not because I'm being told or forced or coerced into it.
I think you should do what brings you. It's a game. I think you should do what brings you enjoyment
100%.
and what is, what's going to help you progress in the game and be happier. If the current events that are going on don't really benefit you and you need to farm out Minotaur or, Fire Night or whatever that is, obviously, there's going to be key times for you to farm that and do those. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I mean, Bones, over on Twitch, he's a guy that never does fusions. He's like, I'm not going to spend my time and resources on that. I'm going to play the game and I'm going to have fun about it. Is his account, in the same place that some of ours are? No. Can he do just about everything else in the game? Yeah. Does he do it to the extent that we do? No. But he's having fun. He's enjoying the game, right? So I do want to make a comment over here, though. Modern Thinker over on the Twitch side said, we don't know how many of these are going to happen. It could just be one or two a year or, maybe more. We don't really know. And we don't know the effort that they're going to make us jump through, right? What kind of hoops are we going to have to get? Zero, what about yourself?
Yeah, I think being able to get past fusions, I mean, regardless of all the different thoughts on this, I think anybody coming to this game, I mean, there's more stuff to do in the game now than ever, and I think anyone starting new, like I don't know how I would ever do it, right? Like if you told me right now I had to delete my account and start from fresh, I would be like, go after yourself. No, absolute way. And I will say, especially with all the content that's in the game, without certain fusions and or champions on your account, it would make this content ridiculously hard. G Nuts and Marius's. I know that's built into the game, but several of these fusions have been game changers. And one that I actually skipped, for example, was Morgaine, right? And I've somehow picked up like 4 or 5 copies of her. But like she, MVP against what's his face in Curse City, Sin City, the main boss because of the anti-healing.
Yeah.
And honestly, now with Mimics and the healer chick, and a few others from Grim Forest, turns out to be MVP. And I've said this before in the past, but I feel like they know they have content that's coming and they design champions that come out like 6 months in advance and they drop them to us. Like, for example, Lemoniski, right? Like most people were like, Lemoniski's a crap champion, especially if you're mid-game, end-game. They're not going to be any good for you. And now Lemoniski, again, with Grim Forest released, they released her about 3 or 4 months ago or however long it's been. And then boom, she's one of those you can bring to bring that anti-heal that can really, really help you in Grim Forest, right? Yeah. So, that's, and I know it's a FOMO to say go for all the fusions, but that's one of the reasons why I typically go for them, right? It's like, hey, you can get these extra things that can help you out. So,
okay. PJ, what about yourself?
I answered this. What was it?
The fusions.
Yeah, I answered it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
The first one.
Okay. Gestel, did you answer?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I think overall, it's definitely a win for us with this. Hopefully they don't do it side by side with every fusion. I think I suggested a couple of good ideas. I like the Rosin Scarhide one where he's just in there. We pick him. We get to do him. There's no time frame behind locking it. You give us a reason to pull more shards and build out some of these things so we can have them ready for it, right? I think a Rosin Scarhide type fusion for older fusions would be great. Let us pick 1, maybe 2, maybe one every 3 months. I wouldn't be upset if it was 1 every quarter, 1 every 3 months. I get to do a different fusion that I've missed out on, right? I think that would probably be the best way. So hopefully Plarium takes this and implements it the right way and does solid for the community. Now, before we move on to our last and final subject, which is going to be, or talking point, which is going to be picking our decks for Grim Forest, because we've got about a week and a half left. Plarium dropped a bomb on us talking about something new coming for Clan Boss. I'm hoping and praying that they don't mess with the rewards, change what we currently get. I think they leave those alone, maybe make a higher difficulty, because they said that the content is stale. They want to do a little more work with it. I honestly think if they do anything, they're probably going to do a clash, and I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but maybe just a higher game mode, maybe just a ultra brutal nightmare mode. I think, I'm a little concerned about this. Chat, what do you guys think it will be? I think the more logical and more probably best thing that is going to happen is we're probably going to see a clash mode into this. But PJ, what about yourself?
Yeah, I am very scared about this. For multiple reasons. So obviously the rewards, like what are they gonna do? Because we already have Titus Wixwell. So if they just do a ultra nightmare, we already have like a trillion damage. And then if they make it so they ignore all
Mythical
that,
mode.
then it's gonna be they're gonna completely change it. Like if they're gonna make the clan boss ignore unkillable, ignore shield, like it's gonna be a whole new thing. I really liked how Demon Lord was just a loot pinata, didn't have to worry about it. Just let it run, get your stuff. Like if they make it a clash, then Titus Wixwell, like that's pointless.
Yep.
I don't know. Like I feel like Clash is gonna waste more time. I'm worried about the rewards if they make it harder. I'm very nervous they're gonna do as good rewards as they did for normal clan boss. Like if they do ultra nightmare, what is it gonna be? More rare gemstones and stuff like that. Like thanks. So yeah, I don't know like how they're gonna make it harder without just completely ruining it. Like I don't want to spend more time in clan boss. I want to auto it, one key, and just get my sacreds and leave. Very, very nervous about this.
Chat is going like, yep, just leave clan boss alone, pretend it doesn't exist, walk away, put your time and effort into something else. Zero, what about yourself?
Yeah, give us more of a challenge. Let's go.
Okay,
That's
so
all I
Zero
got.
says
Says the
change
guy
something.
that has too much time in the like says there's
Crazy.
too much time. Like what?
All right, so we
I'm just
know who to
messing.
blame
I'm
when
messing.
Plarium does something on this.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm just steamrolling clan balls. Like, are they making it that much harder?
But
You
that's
don't
what I'm
want your,
saying.
you don't want sacreds. You don't want sacreds and voids. Like them doing this opens up the potential of them changing what the reward system is, right? So because we changed it, so now it's different, guys. So now because it's different, it can't be what it used to be because now it's different.
Well, are they
So they're
changing it or are they adding
potentially-
on to it?
I mean, I hope to God they're adding on to it. I'm just scared that they're changing it.
If they change it, that's going to be the biggest
No,
downfall
no.
of the game.
I don't think they're going to change it. They just said something new to do with Demon Lord coming in April. Listen,
Like
guys, it's coming in April, which also has me hopeful that it just might be a really bad April Fool's joke. Okay, just saying.
I'm just I'm just confused on like how like they're gonna make this. Like we have Titus Wixwell, like we do trillions of damage already, so they're gonna make the damage scores what's more than a trillion
No, they may do something like add
trials and stuff.
trials
Yeah.
or
But,
something.
like,
Who
that's-
knows?
Like a clan boss
well,
clash.
hold on.
Like,
If they do,
I don't.
they are gonna do the auto battles or the quick battles for Chimera. So maybe if they add some trials in there that gives you a little bit of extra rewards on like
I mean,
I think it might be fun. Like look, Demon Lord looks cool as hell. One of the best bosses that they have in here. I mean, he's speed tunable as long as they don't change with all of that, and then maybe place 200 poisons and you get an extra primal or something. I don't know.
The rewards got to be good. Like that's the
I
biggest
agree.
concern
I
for
agree.
people is the rewards.
The rewards
The last
can't
time they
be
touched
touched.
something that gave sacreds, the last time they touched something that gave a sacred as a reward, they took the reward away.
They took that and the 5-star chicken away. So I agree. Ken, what do you got to say about it?
I mean, like, first of all, I like the mentioned like your Chimera Quick Battle. Releasing Chimera Quick Battle is not really going to help the most of the people. Like
Yeah.
some people have to do their key manual, and we talked about that before. There is no smart AI can do that. And another about the Columbo stuff. Yeah, I hope the people who work on the Green Forest will design that. You know,
I
like
agree. I agree.
like hopefully I understand the PJ nervous about it because like I mean there is already like Titus team, so like if you don't have a Titus, what you gonna do? You just lose. It's gonna be like another Titus war, like we won the Hydra, we won the Chimera. Very fun, you know. And if there are other trials, there we go. There is another headache. We need to do that, you know, which is I don't
Mhm.
want that as well. I don't know, man. Like I am very bad on the Klamos, by the way.
I
I
hate Clan
can't even do
Boss.
like
I hate
Ultra
it.
Nightmare as well, man. Like there is lots of like spittle stuff like that. Like
It's the
I don't know.
worst.
Maybe it's because of getting like a bit outdated now.
I
You
mean,
know, like back in the day, like Columbus was the only content in the game, and lots of people are, hey, bro, I need Columbus team, I need a Columbus team. I think it's a little bit outdated now. Like you can literally throw like your strong champion Wixfield, for example, and boom, one key Columbus, right?
I
So maybe
mean,
that's why like they want a little bit more difficulty.
you can see what I'm running here. I'm just running Taurus
Yeah,
Marichka. There's no AI setup, no nothing. Like just
but bro,
quick
this
battle.
rare champion, what was his name? He's OP, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Rock Beast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh
He
yeah,
does
bro.
100
I
million
I hope
damage.
I hope I can pull him, man. I don't have him actually.
It's just weird that they're
Um,
going back and changing. Usually they don't go back. They usually just like add new stuff. They don't really like
Yeah.
Exactly.
adjust
Especially because they
old
said that
stuff.
they weren't going to do anything with Doom Tower, and now they're like, well, we're going to go back to Clan Boss. So
I would love for them to do stuff with Doom Tower more.
I agree. I agree.
I wouldn't
Again,
mind that.
like I said, I mean, it's supposed to come in April. It might just be hey, gotcha, guys, April Fools. Gessel, what about you? Any concerns or worries about them doing anything with old school Demon Clan Boss?
Yeah, I guess the concern would be if they mess with the current rewards, because it's like the main thing you tell a new account: get to Ultra Nightmare so you can start farming up some shards, so you can start building up your account. Like, as long as they don't touch that, I think I'd be fine with anything. I don't necessarily love more time added to the game, but if it's innovative and cool, i.e., Grim Forest, I'm down with it. I'd be for it. But if it's uh, doing trials, I don't think that would really be too fun, and it's something we're already doing, right? I don't know. If it's innovative, I think I'd be for it. But if it's just slapping something that we already do somewhere else, that doesn't really excite me.
Okay. I mean, it may also be, a new difficulty that gives us the fusion fragments for some of the old champions. That could be one of the things as well, too, right?
But then you're screwing over a lot of the player base. If this is like the new big hard difficulty,
Well,
mid
I'm
game,
not saying,
early game, you're not gonna
yeah,
be able to get it.
true. But maybe they just add something, if you.
I mean, if they had primals, like that'd be amazing. Like if there's actually a way to get primals or something, like I'm all like that'd be awesome.
Not fragments, primals.
Yeah,
maybe-
not around. Yeah,
I hate those
maybe they
fragments,
add.
bro.
Maybe they add another chest, and if you hit the other chest, that's how you get your fragments for, the other champions. Like instead of it being
It's
39
just-
million, they do 50 million, and you get like 5 fragments towards that fusion.
Do you think it's concerning though? Like how like I said with Wix wallets, we're already hitting trillions so easily. They're just gonna give the player base here's a free primals every month for doing more for doing a little bit more damage.
I hope they do that. I hope they do that. Chat saying we want to see mythical books in this. That's. I mean, they gave us one with Grim Forest. I don't know how much more they want to give us. Those are like what, $25 a piece for them, right? They don't want to. I mean, they didn't want to give us anything with the primals either when they messed up with making them. What was it, like $2 or $3 a piece? Yeah. Does anyone else have anything to say on the clan boss? Any concerns? Okay, go.
I just think that it'll be nice as long as it's an addition to, not a takeaway from. I don't want them to touch the current clan boss in any way, shape, or form. If it's a secondary mode that you go into, then that's fine. I'm just really worried that what the main thing that makes free to play viable is clan boss.
Hmm.
And it's just going to be a really bad day for Plarium and a worse day for us if we lose all of the free to players in this game, because there's no way for them to compete unless they're already pre-established. Like, I'm not talking about guys that have been playing the game for years and they've got their accounts to a place that now they can kind of sit back and passively just collect in, like Ken and Pogo and stuff. These guys that are able to complete everything because they've got the things they want stored up. I'm talking about like new players, like Gestel said. I mean, the first thing that we tell people is you got to get your clan boss team figured out. You got to start getting those rewards. So I think that as long as Plarium does this, the thing that gives me hope is Grim Forest introduced 6 new bosses, and I can't remember. I think they said they were doing 7, right?
They did do 7.
So it was the four side bosses, Leshen, and then the Goblin was 6.
And Mimic.
Yep. And the Mimic.
Oh,
the mini
and the
Mimic.
Mimic counts as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Dang. Well, all right. Well, there goes that.
But yeah, no, I agree with you guys. I think, better rewards. Maybe Sus over on Twitch says remove that 5-star gear on whatever new game mode you give us on it, or difficulty.
I'm just concerned, like, how are they gonna make it harder? Like they're gonna have it so we can't use shield, can't unkillable, can't bring anything with Titus Wixwell. So it's gonna be like,
maybe they allow us to revive, after the 50 turns. Like, so you have to bring a really good support in to keep you alive.
it just seems like, I don't know.
I know. I've actually been working on an idea of like all these things they can do to improve that this game mode rather than screwing it up. So hopefully they pay attention to that and don't fuck this up. All right. So with a little bit over a week left in Grim Forest, how many of you guys in chat have cleared hard mode Grim Forest? Was it as easy as you expected because you either have OP champions, or was it just because of the way that the mechanics set up? I want to discuss a little bit about the next rotation and maybe some of the things that we thought we were going to need and are going to need. Because for me, this rotation, I was like, man, for Mimic, I'm really going to need to bring heal reduction. And so when building my deck in, I'm like, okay, I got to bring in more again. But after kind of going through it, I looked through a lot of these champions and I'm like, I really don't need most of these. Maybe there's some stages where I just threw in a full damage team and went to town and kind of cleared it. That said, where would you guys suggest for next rotation, now that we've kind of gone through this, you focus more on building your team? Should you bring in more supports, some more damage dealers? What are some of the key takeaways from this rotation that you've learned that you will input into your next rotation of building? Or are you just going to leave your team the way it is? Are you going to change anything? Let me start off with PJ first.
I was pretty happy with how I did the deck. I pretty much did 50-50. I think most people should go 50-50. I think if you're more late game, end game, you could maybe go a little bit more DPS versus supports. You can just kind of blow through the waves and blow through most of the content, especially once you start getting the bosses going. I think for the average person, going 50-50 split was nice. I noted, I was kind of mentioned it on the past stream, but just 6-star crushing rend, raw damage dealers is very, very strong against a lot of the bosses. I noticed res was really nice. I focused res for my bonus, res and speed. You can resist a lot of the bosses and a lot of things they do to you, which is very helpful. And overall, I think as a lot of people were expecting it to be very tough. I always think it was gonna be harder than Hard Faction Wars when it was first coming out, and it's not. And I think it's good. I think this content was very good. I think the difficulty is very good. You can make it harder, you can make it easier. Yeah, I think if people are saying it's too easy, then face the boss with all of the minions up, and then see how easy it is. Or if you're trying not to, if you're cheesing the bosses, don't cheese the bosses, and see how easy it is. Stuff like that. So yeah, you don't have to use the curios, stuff like that. So yeah, overall, I think it was really good. I'm not sure exactly what your specific question was, if I answered or not, but let's just start with like the decks.
Well, with the decks, yeah. Was there anything with your, you know, like I'm reading chat here, and I've got Fox Murder that says I didn't even use my Armands, and I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I brought him in either, because I was anticipating that it's going to be more like, you know, Curse City type of things where I might need to CC somebody, or you know, I brought in my Fabian, just like let me see, who was it here? Logbait said, he's like, I didn't even use my Fabian. I'm not even going to bring him in next rotation. I got 2 Crixias in here. Like, you know, there's a lot of things that, like Krisk, I didn't really need Krisk. I thought I was going to need him, but I brought him in. I was like, let me bring that in. You know, it turns out, like, for most of the bosses, Mithrala was my MVP, right? So, you know, going through, I feel like I'd probably pick maybe 15 supports and then put my rest nukers. Like, that's kind of the takeaway that I took. Like, ally attack champions were really helpful, so maybe I'll bring in a little more epic champions and try to see that way. But it wasn't, you know, like, what was the one mistake that you made with your deck that you probably won't make again with the next one?
I think the biggest thing was I was just I just was expecting it to be a lot harder. I thought it was gonna be way harder. It's a lot easier than I was expecting. So probably just bring more DPS. I used Krisk a bunch. I was using Krisk and just like the waves just for like a support, just to protect a little bit. But yeah, depending on where you are, if you're late game, end game, more DPS. If you're early game, mid game, then probably want to go a little bit 50-50 split. But yeah, it really depends. If you have good gear, you can probably blow through the waves pretty quickly.
Yeah, like Sauce right here says Empress wasn't really useful in this, and I agree. Like, he really wasn't as useful as I expected it to be. I don't know. I mean, like, ally protection champions, like, I brought my Aislinn and I was like, oh shit, I might need to bring in like my A team, which is my Tower Smavichka Aislinn. I even brought my dupe Taurus in, and I was like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna replace him for Morrigan. And even that, I feel like Morrigan wasn't really needed for a lot of the fights, and I'm like, well, maybe next rotation I'll bring more heal reduction in, but I don't know. I think maybe Morrigan and just kind of wait till I pick her.
I think it was just easier than we were expecting.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, they did a well-designed, implementation of this game mode, because they allowed you to get better as the month goes on to be able to progress, right? So we don't have to worry about doing the live arena bonuses and stuff. So I think that's why it feels.
I'm not knocking it, saying that it's easy. I'm just saying that we were just going and thinking it was going to be harder.
Right.
So we were saying, oh, we need these lockouts, we need all this protection because they're going to be hitting us really hard, and they're not. So we just bring damage.
Right. Zero, what about you? Was there any mistakes you made while building your deck, and anything you probably don't want to repeat next time?
No, I think it was a well-designed area. I think the 4 things I had to swap out is I needed more enemy max HP and or the anti-heal. And I meant to take them because I was trying to build out my teams the first time. I was trying to like equally put them on different teams. And I do think the right strategy is to go all nukers and stuff on one side and all your support and maybe control on the left side, for example. That's how I did it, and I feel like it has panned out to be very helpful that way. But yeah, I just needed more anti-heal. So those are the things I had to fix. I put in like little Annie, little Miss Annie, Mashald, champions like that also had the anti-heal in there. Morgan obviously is the MVP of this. But yeah, and just more, I think next time just even more nukes. The one stage I can't beat is the 325 golden whatever dude. I'm just not able to get to 35 million damage in 30 turns. But I'm also, you do have the most restricted selection, I guess, if you will. So I've come close, but I haven't gotten just the right amount of. I just need just mega nukes, but then still have to be able to stay alive. So yeah, that's the only thing that I wish I could do better on.
Okay. Yeah, like you know, I didn't think Mad Hatter. I was like, Mad Hatter is going to come in with the ally attack. Maybe that would be great, but I didn't really use him that much. So there's a lot of these champs that I'll probably just kind of go through next rotation. Like Electrion, I think I used on one particular boss, but I was like, well, now I can just solo him with Mithrala, so I won't waste that slot going forward.
Okay.
Let's
and he's
go
saying
to-
a Helicath is OP for Goblin, so I might give that a try. Definitely have my Helicaths in, so I'll give that a try.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's go to Final Compachi next. Ken, what about you? Was there any regrets that you had about building your deck? Anything you would not recommend the community does for next rotation?
I mean, for my account wise, I can talk about it. Like, I'm super ant game, and like you mentioned, like I don't really need a hit reduction champion to beat the mimic or the any other bosses. Same for the freeze champion. I was like, when we read the boss's skill, you know, like there's a HP burn boss, and we can control him with the freeze debuff. So that's why, like, you know, like the PJ also mentioned that like we was expecting this content gonna be like maybe fetch more hard level difficulty equal, maybe even harder. So because of that, I placed my double nuts there on the one of the deck.
Right on
You
the
know,
table.
his A1, yeah, his A1 skill is the freeze, so I'm like, oh, I can cheat like that. But turns out like I never actually use him, so I'm definitely going to remove them next time I choose my deck on the next rotation. Probably going to place like more arena DPS champion, so at least I don't have to worry about like rebuilding them. You know, like when I use the champion there on this content, so they can make the job done.
Okay. Let's go to King next. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly probably would have just taken in more heal reduction champions. I did take in who I had available, but I did the support one side, the damage sorry, I did the support one deck and then the nukers second deck. And I definitely took champions in there that I didn't need. I think that, you know, everybody probably did that. You know, I definitely fell back on some champions that, you know, mid game, even late game players aren't gonna have. You know, I used Marius quite a bit. I used Toshiro Mikage quite a bit. But Salad was definitely like Mashald was definitely like the MVP for me. Being able to steal buffs, throw heal reduction, get the leech on there to keep everybody else alive, as well as still putting out decent damage. I actually am building a second Mashald just for Grim Forest, and because I have him, and I love that champion. I always have. So as far as anything I would do different, I think that I would pick my deck, and I think I would just give it a really good look before I just said okay. I mean, I know that you can do the swap out, the 5 swaps or whatever, as long as you don't have them drafted in a fight. But I think that when I went into it, I was thinking, you know, just like you guys said, it's like got to have ally protection and strengthen, and I got to have all these things, and I definitely need to take more freeze champions next time as well, because that the HP burn boss needs freeze, but I also need to take in more HP burn champions as well. I wasn't thinking that HP burn was going to be as needed as it was for that one mini boss, and oh man, that guy is a savage. So I'm actually looking forward to trying to take Leshen out with multiple minis up next rotation. But overall, I just think that, you know, instead of rushing into the content, I'm just going to take a step back and really make sure that I have heal reductions on both decks. The more that's the main thing, is I just need more heal reduction possibilities, because with them all being on one side, you have more of a chance of getting one. But I don't know. I'll probably have it figured out by third rotation, but we'll see.
Okay. Gessel, what about yourself?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with my deck. I I think I'm probably just gonna swap a couple more. I'd like I was pretty happy with the heal reduction on my attack side, the damage dealing side. I think I'd like maybe one or two more on my support side, and I'll probably drop like the ally protect type champs. I think like a lot of what you guys are saying. Um, I think I'm probably only going to swap maybe 4 or 5. I feel like you know, I how many champs do I really have built? You know, in the
Right.
account. If there's very specific champ that I'd want to use here, I'll build them. But I'm probably gonna end up just taking champs that are already built and ready to roll because, like everyone else is saying, it's not nearly as difficult as for end game accounts. I think as we thought it was gonna be. Um, I think the only time where I may get like real specific with it is if I try to take down the final boss with all the minions up or the other bosses up, whatever. I think then you're gonna have to like really kind of game out
With a,
like a couple comps that you're gonna want to use.
okay.
Might change
Uh,
up then, but I doubt I'll do it for the second rotation.
Okay. Let me ask you guys, is there a strategy that you have behind using pairs? Like, let's say Taurus Marichka, would you put them in the same deck or different deck? Or Sifi Rotos or the Four Turtles? Champions that are going to play synergize well together. The couples. Would you put them in the same deck or separate? PJ?
I didn't use any pairings really, but I believe you want to put them in separate decks to try to get them together.
Okay. Chat, what about you guys? Will you put your, let's say if you had Dataris Marichka, would you put him in the same deck or separate? Let's go to Gestel next.
I'm gonna keep based on the if they're support or damage dealers. I don't think it really matters. If they're gonna be in the same deck or not. I guess I don't know. I feel like the math is probably gonna be about the same.
Okay.
Maybe it's a little different, but I gotta keep to just keeping them separated
Okay.
based on support. Yeah.
A lot of people in chat are saying separate as well too. Zero, what about yourself?
Yeah, I put them all separate. So I've got the Queen and Marishka and Noel on my support side, and I got Sir Nick, Taras, and the King on the right side, and that seems to work out. I tend to get the combos fairly often. It's pretty nice.
Okay. Ken, what about yourself?
Definitely separate them. Like that's what I'm doing actually. Like my support on the left side and my DPS like main on the right side, so I can get like kind of like perfect matchmaking, like between like I got a sports to beat the content at the same time I have a DPS, and I can jump to the fight like that. That's how I'm doing it.
Okay. King, what about yourself?
I mean, separate's definitely the way to go. I do think that it's nice having them on split support and nuke, just like Gestel said though as well.
Okay.
Sorry, let me just jump in. And just mathematically, if nobody has seen or heard this yet, it just makes more sense, right? So say you get 3 from each side. Well, if you get the Marishka, that only leaves you 2 slot if you keep them on the same side, where you have 3 slots on the right side to get the Taras. So mathematically, it doesn't make sense to put pairing champions on the same side.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Fair point.
Well, if it's 3-3-3, yeah, but if it's 10-10, then it's
Well, no, yeah, 10, 10, 10. I'm
Well,
just saying though.
No,
you got to subtract
for those
one
certain rooms
from
for
one
sure.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really depends.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
here,
thinking the 10-10. It's negligible.
Yeah, when you're going for
10%
when you're
more.
going up top, you're only picking 7 champions, so it's
It gets much more important there for sure.
Right. The last question I have for you guys is going to be: is there any sort of strategy between, do I want to put my best champs on line 1, line 2, line 3, or do you just kind of pick and put wherever the supports are going to go? Do you have anything, where you feel like if I maybe leave my weaker supports for line 2, put my strong supports in line 1 and line 3, is that something that you think would benefit you at all, PJ?
Yeah, so if you stand on your left leg, close your right eye, and then rub your stomach, you get Marius every single time.
Okay.
Oh, you
I ju-
rubbed it? I had to slap mine.
Yeah, yeah, mine was rubbing. No, yeah, it's
Side strat,
pure.
side strat, side strat.
Pure RNG. No, it's pure luck. I don't think there's anything. I mean, maybe people could track it if you guys want to start an Excel sheet and see if there's any type of pattern or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's just luck.
I'm curious as how many people in chat were just drinking something when you said that, and which hole did it come out of? Gestel, what about you? Do you think there's anything in which line you put any champions or anything like that?
Nah.
No.
I don't think there's a real computer. Technically speaking, computer lingo speaking, I don't actually think there's a true way to get 100% RNG. So there probably could be some little something somewhere that might be able to benefit you a little bit, but I highly doubt that we'd be able to come across that. So yeah, just put them where you
Okay.
want.
Cavalier says, rub those bellies. King, what about yourself?
Straight up RNG. I mean, I think it's overthinking if you kind of take it that deep. But I will say that I am trying to become a lot better about using the. I forget what they call them, but well, no, but never that. But when you go into your champ builds and you can select, arena, support, damage. What are those? When you mark your
tag
champion,
Tag them.
yeah. I've been trying to get a lot better about tagging my champions, and so my best champs are always kind of at the start of my list anyway. So it always kind of is first string picked first, and then I'll go through and end up at whoever is left, and looks like maybe they'll do something, but. Yeah, it's pure RNG.
Okay. Zero, what about yourself?
Pure RNG. Yeah.
Pure RNG. He's like, nope. Ken, what about you?
Yeah, it's a total random, dude. So
Okay. And then I guess one last question while I was thinking about it here. Would you bring dupe copies of champions in? Do you think it was helpful, or would it be helpful if, let's say, you had 2 G-Nuts or 2 Acrisias, to bring those into the content, maybe 2 Thors or something like that? PJ?
It depends on what the champion is and your account and who you have and what you need. I would, I'd probably just try to redraw if you really need that champion. I don't think it's like the worst if you bring dupes, you just have a higher chance depending what champion is. It kind of depends, I guess, on the account and how many champions you have built and what you need. I personally don't think you need to, but you also could. Like, you're only going to be using your top 5, 10 champions when you get them. So I don't know. You could if you want it.
Right. I mean, you may also be running into the fact that your same fight might pick 2 of your same champions, and then if they're not fully both geared, like if you're sharing the gear, that may kind of hurt you a little bit. So fair.
Or if you don't want them there, then they're just wasting 2 picks.
Right. I mean, we all can't be like us bringing in dupe sick friends, just trying to clear the content like that. Gessel, what about you? Would you think bringing dupe champions in would be beneficial to your decks?
Yeah, pretty much what PJ said. It's 100% account dependent. If you have a couple dupes built of really strong champs and they're built well, and I would most certainly bring them in. If you kind of have 2 and 1, you'd have to throw someone else's gear on them, and yeah, I don't know. It might not be worth it. It might be worth finding someone else that's built and bringing a little bit something different to the table. But definitely account specific. I wouldn't do it. I can't really think of a dupe I would bring on my account. But I have a 6-year-old account, so it's a little different.
Okay. Zero, what about you? Would you bring in dupes?
I did bring in dupes this time. Some dupes that I thought would help me. I think like dupe helicaths. I did do dupe mighty ukos because I had them built. And I thought that Uko had the buff strip, the block debuffs, and the revive would be a really good support-ish type control champion or something like that. However, I don't think I would do that for those champions. I do think if you have like a couple G nuts, like why would you not want to double up a couple of G nuts on, especially just some of these boss battles, right? We want the
Okay.
max HP uh damage. So I think it's account specific. I think the MVP again would be Morgan, but am I going to build a second Morgan? No. So I think it's very niche to bring dupes, and again, you only have so many slots. I think there's some adjustments I'm going to make, and bringing dupes probably won't be one of them. But the handful of dupes I have made on my account, I did bring them, and they didn't really pan out as much as I thought, or they weren't
Okay.
those super uber aggressive like double sig friends or whatever. If I had 2 Tarasas, I certainly would do that. Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Modern
But
Thinker
yeah.
over on Twitch says Venom Age is a dupe Morrigan.
Yeah.
So something
Yeah.
to think about, guys. King, what about yourself? Would you bring in dupes?
I absolutely did bring in dupes. I took in 3 G nuts. I took in 3 Odins. I took in 2 Duchess, 2 Freya.
How many times did you use all Odins at the same time on the same team?
Use all Odins at the same time. I used 2 on the same team because of the buff steal and buff strip on both of them. So I was just kind of able to keep them stripped and naked. And then G-Nut, like I just, with the A1 turn meter control, I use those on Mimics quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, I took dupes. I'll probably take dupes next time. It's not about just wailing out. It's about the kit. I mean, it's really nice on Freya having the cleanse. I used more cleanses than probably anything else. That's what I was looking for when I was going in there until I was able to get my resistance built up through the cards.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good time. Dupes are dope, especially when
Awesome.
they're good dupes.
Ken, what about you? Did you bring any dupes in that you thought were helpful?
I mean, if you guys have a like strong champion, like both of them is well built, like have both of them like high blessing stuff like that. Of course, like there is nothing wrong with the bringing dupes. It will increase your chance to get that specific champion. Like if we have like 2 Marius, for example, in the game, aren't we are gonna be bring it on the
You
deck?
know that
Of course we are.
that
So,
bug no longer works, right?
I mean, yeah, I just saying like if you guys have like
Whatever
strong
happened with
champion
that?
like him, you can definitely
I
bring
don't
it. There
know,
is nothing wrong with
honestly.
that. So
Okay. All right.
I
So
forgot.
hopefully, I know a lot of us did. I don't even think they've mentioned anything. I think they just
Yeah, they
removed them and
slid that
kinda
under the
said that.
table.
Maybe
Like,
there's some
forget
accounts
about
out there that
that.
still has Sumerius's. Guys, if you're one of those out there that has Sumerius's still, let us know. Did they take one away or not?
They ain't saying shit.
What are you talking about?
What's a Marius?
Yeah, huh?
That said, hopefully people learned a little bit. We'll clip this. We'll put this out on its own YouTube video just that way so people can, maybe learn something else about building their decks. With the year ending, I want to leave on a positive note, and I want to say that Plarium, I think, is moving in the right direction. I think a lot of the things that are have been implemented this year have been great. Not going to say that they all have been put in without any sort of hiccups or anything, but they've been great. They've been moving towards a better, friendly player base mentality, and I love that. I think that is something that they should continue with. It sounds that it's more driven by maybe MTG. Maybe I'm wrong. But I want you guys to give us one thing nice about Plarium this year that you appreciate that they've done. And yes, I'm gonna tell you right now we're all gonna be called sellouts by chat. PJ, what about you?
I really do think that it might be slow, and obviously everything, especially nowadays, everyone wants everything now. but I think Plarium is slowly starting to make the game not as far as like pay to win, but the actual game kind of better. Like free gear removal. Like that is like the best thing they've ever did to the game, I think, was the free gear removal. That completely changed the game and how people can play it. It literally made it a completely like different game from just that one thing they did. So I think that was the biggest thing. You can see, like we talked about today, they're slowly starting to try to save time, add things to the game to help us get some time back. So I feel like they're slowly starting to listen to the community and start implementing things that we want. So yeah, I would say that they're taking baby steps, but they're moving towards the right direction. So I can't wait to see what they do for 2026.
Awesome. Zero, what about yourself?
I mean, PJ, yeah, said it with the free gear cleanse. We definitely need an
No,
enhancement there to
not
make
gear
that easier.
cleanse,
I know,
gear
I know.
removal.
I know.
You keep calling
I
it
know.
gear cleanse, and people are
Grand
gonna go like,
Forest.
Florian, where's my gear
Grand
cleanse?
Forest is the best thing that they added feature wise. So I think it was the perfect recipe for all, beginner accounts, mid game accounts, late game accounts. It wasn't too hard. It's fun to play. I think it's very dynamic. It's going to change every single time we play it. Everything they did about it was perfect. So much so that the bugs that have been introduced, like champions teleporting on the screen and a bunch of other crap, the chat being in the middle of the screen, I can completely ignore that
That shit
and
is so
say,
funny.
I don't even care because this rollout was the best. So there you
All
go. That's your
right.
answer.
Guessel, what about you? What's the one thing that Plarium did right this year for you?
Well, definitely the free gear removal. That's by far my favorite thing they've done. The Grim Forest has been great, but I think what everyone else is saying, their attention to what we've been kind of clamoring for many years now, it seems to like this year they seem to actually uh, succumb to the pressure, or they're actually listening to us, or they actually want to, with the new company, maybe they do want to turn over kind of a new stone and really try to develop this thing to make it better. So I'm hopeful. It's definitely going in the right direction. It's definitely not getting worse. They've definitely gotten
Okay.
better in terms of better player experience. I agree that it's definitely not nearly as free to play friendly as it used to be, but uh, I don't know. I guess I'm okay with that because my account's established and I don't really feel like I need to spend anymore. So
Okay, fair point. I'm gonna let King Coco go last, but Ken, what about you?
I mean, I agree with you guys. Like free gear removal. Green Forest is also very fun content, but nothing can beat that. Like free, like we've been asking that for a very long time since the almost like game releases. So finally we have that. I'm super happy about it.
Okay. All right, King, do you have one nice thing to say about Plarium for this year?
Of course, dude. I have plenty of nice things to say about Plarium, but if I've only got time to say one, buckle up.
Oh,
No.
boy.
The thing that I'm going to say about Plarium, the best thing they ever did for me is that they got me to get on Twitch because I was confused about new content when I came back to the game. I met an amazing community, started streaming, met some super awesome dudes, got on a podcast, been coming on every other week, having a fucking blast, loving every single thing that Raid's putting out, not loving every single way they do it, but they're still trying. They're not letting their game sit back and die. I just am grateful for Plarium as a whole. I mean, they do a ton for us. They don't always hit 100%. They don't even hit 50%, but they're not giving up, and we're not giving up. So at the end of the day, Raid Shadow Legends lives on, and I'll be doing this damn thing tomorrow just like I did it yesterday, and I'm doing it today.
Awesome. All right. Hey, Ken, where can people come and find you?
Final Kenpachi, both YouTube and the Twitch. I'm streaming every single day, guys. You guys can find me 1 hour after Columbus reset. Thank you.
Gusto, what about yourself?
yeah, I guess still gaming on Twitch and on the YouTubes. I'm streaming Sunday through Friday, 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Awesome. King, where can people come and find you?
You guys can find me on Twitch. I'm actually streaming right now while I'm doing the podcast. And you can also find me on YouTube, King Copium RSL.
Awesome. PJ, where can people come and find you?
MX PJE, stream on Twitch and YouTube almost every single weekday. Come say what's up.
Awesome. And Zero, where can people come and find you?
Yep, come find me at Zero Brew on the YouTubes is in the Twitches. I am streaming every Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday evening at 8 p.m. Been a little bit of a schedule change during the holidays, but we're back. And by the way, Zero Brew is one name, not whatever Blaze.
I know. I looked at it after I set it up, and I was like, I should have fixed it because I fixed it on last week's, but I didn't fix it on this week's.
Where's my underscore, bro? Where's my underscore?
You're lucky I never mind.
Yeah.
Let's do some shout outs, guys. PJ, what you got for shout outs?
Do someone else. I'm still.
Did I say 8 a.m.?
Okay.
I meant 8 p.m.
Zero, what you got for a shout out for me?
Pogo Pink Tie.
Pogo Pink Tie.
Love him.
Awesome.
He's the man, the myth, the legend.
Awesome. Gestel, what about you?
I'm gonna shout out some guys in my community, pretty much since the beginning, and huge supporters. I'm gonna shout out my man Handy, Scorpion Fish, Nas Gaming, Leoty, Raves. Those guys have been there forever. Love you guys. Thanks for all the support. Huge shout out. Here's to an even better 2026.
Let's go. Ken, what about you? What you got for a shout out for me, bro?
Let's shout out the Great Shadow Legends community because it's end of the year. Let's make it special. Like all of you guys who play in the game, who creating content for the game, who watching the content on the game. Big shout out for you guys. I hope next year, 2026, going to be healthy and happy for you.
Awesome. King, what you got for a shout out for me?
I'm going to give a special shout out to some guys in my community as well. I'm going to give a shout out to my mods that make it happen for me when I'm streaming and doing the Discord thing, and I'm not able to be around there as well. So we're going to do that for Risen Bones, Unholy DK, Hell Bones, Proper Caliber, and Dargo 717. Thank you, boys, for all that you do.
Awesome. And PJ, are you ready?
Yes. We're gonna give a shout out to Sam, the raid man. Awesome dude playing the raid. Check him out, good guy. Drop him a follow if you like his content.
Awesome. My shout out's gonna go to my wife. Yesterday I celebrated 14 years of marriage. I've been with my wife for 22
Congrats.
years. That's more than half of my life, and she still puts up with me and allows me to do this. So yeah, I gotta shout her out. I love her. Here's to another 14, maybe 60 years if I'm still alive by that time. Guys, with New Year's just around the corner, I'm going to ask you all to just be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything stupid. Have some fun. Be responsible and start off 2026 with the right way. We are going to raid out to our boy, Mr. King Copium, over on the Twitch. I hope that you all have a safe and wonderful New Year's. As always, much love, much appreciation. Be safe.
Happy birthday,
be
King
well.
Coco.
Be good to each other. We'll catch you guys next week on another episode of the Knights of Teleria podcast.